A federal judge absolutely demolished Donald Trump today, live in a courtroom. It was based on a ruling they made, a sentencing they made on a Donald Trump supporter. But make no mistake, in this ruling, they openly declared that morally and politically and philosophically, Donald Trump is guilty as well. One of the Trump supporters involved on January 6th got sentenced. They ended up getting a 6-month sentence. It may not be enough, but it is a decent chunk of time behind bars. But the point is, in their ruling, they made it very clear that no one individual besides the defendant themselves is as responsible for what happened than Donald Trump. And that this person, even though they still have personal responsibility, even though it has to be said that while Trump drove them and incited them, not every Trump supporter listened to Trump, so you still have to make your own bed. Nonetheless, they would not have done what they did without Donald Trump egging them on. And I want to read you a couple excerpts here that show, one, a direct attack on the Trumpian philosophy around democracy, and two, an open statement of why Donald Trump is guilty here of causing this deeply dangerous attack on democracy. It says, from journalist Scott MacFarlane, he says, "Whoa, DC federal judge slams Jan 6 defendant Karl Dresch and Donald Trump in sentencing hearing just now, telling Dresch, your vote doesn't count any more than anyone else's. You don't get to cancel them out. Patriotism means loyalty to country, not to single head of state." And that is crucial because the narrative from Trump and the Republicans and his supporters, the people on the right, whether they say it explicitly or implicitly, is that their votes matter more. The votes of white, wealthy, or at least upper middle class conservatives matter more than the votes of poor people, of marginalized people, of young people, of people of color, of people who just for whatever reason don't fit in the traditional camp of the Republican Party. And so whether it's Trump just assuming that cities that happen to vote Democrat are full of fraud, or that blue parts of states are the only parts of states that need to be investigated, or whether it's some Republicans, like some elected officials, saying we need to not just ensure we have a quantity of votes, but a quality of vote, what Trump and his supporters said on January 6th, and they've been saying since, is our votes count more than other people's votes, if those people's votes count at all. And that judge saying that is a direct attack on Trump, and a rightful one, saying, no, that's not how this works. You don't have loyalty to Trump. If you believe in democracy, you have loyalty to your fellow citizens, and they matter just as much as you, not more than you, but not less either. And so you need to keep that in mind. And they go on further to specifically implicate Trump here when they say, the defendant's promise to take action in the future cannot be dismissed as an unlikely occurrence, given that his singular source of information, quote, Trump's the only big shot I trust right now, continues to propagate the lie that inspired the attack on a near daily basis. They cite the blog here that's gone now, the Trump's failure blog, but it says, and the anger surrounding the false accusation continues to be stoked by multiple media outlets, as well as the state and federal party leaders who are intent on censuring those who dare to challenge the former president's versions of events. And so there it is. Donald Trump has been declared guilty by this judge. It's not what we need and deserve yet, which is Trump to be convicted by a judge. But in a courtroom today, a judge said that his thug is guilty of a crime that would have never happened without Trump. Trump caused it. He still has to face the consequences. Hopefully he will.